What is going on, my Jedi and my Sith? May the 4th be with you, even though I am a couple of days late on this. The 4th was 2 days ago, and I totally forgot to do anything video related. But we have a new official trailer to the Acolyte, which a lot of people are really anticipating, and I just want more and more Star Wars content that isn't necessarily tied to the Skywalker saga, though I do want more Rey stuff, obviously, and Finn and Poe. I want both. So I'm 2 days late, so I just want to get into it. So let's watch the Acolyte official trailer now.
Last night, a Jedi was murdered.
Oh shit. Ooh.
The Jedi justify their galactic dominance.
This world building is going to be so dope.
In the name of peace. But that peace
Always turns to
is
violence.
a lie.
Daggers. She's going to be so good in this.
Jedi are being hunted.
She was my student. I trained her. Let me be the one to bring her in.
Doesn't that happen in like every show and movie?
I sense this is only a small part of a larger plan. Some sort of shift to tip the scales.
Wasn't that looked like where Luke was during The Last Jedi?
Face the past. Destiny is not decided for you by an anonymous force.
This is looking good.
If you want to pull the thread and change everything, then pull it.
Loving me some lights. Oh shit! Who's that? Oh, that is. Oh, this looks good. June 4th, 2-episode premiere. Hopefully they give this like 10 episodes. This looks good. I'm all in. I cannot wait until this drops because I will be there watching it as I am with everything that is Star Wars. The cool thing about this to me, and Blind Wave said it best, I just watched their reaction video. When like the original trilogy came out and then the prequel trilogy came out, we were kind of like, ooh, we get to see Jedis fighting in their primes, you know? It made me think because they also mentioned that that's not even the Jedi in their prime. Like this is probably the Jedi closer to their prime than, you know, all the recent movies in the last 40 years. So again, that's not an original thought. That comes from Blind Wave, and I totally agree with that. I'm going into this blind. Like a lot of the Star Wars stuff that's not connected to the Skywalkers, I don't know much about it. Like Ahsoka and the Clone Wars and Rebels and things like that. Anything that's kind of its own thing from the movies, like the original 9, I don't know much about. So I don't know who the Acolyte is. It just seems like a cool, and I don't like to use the word generic, but it kind of is a generic story of a Jedi master, it looks like, or some master, and his apprentice, and the apprentice went to the dark side or went bad, and that happens all the time in Star Wars. It happens in a lot of things. So that's not new. So hopefully it's just not like a rehashed master and apprentice thing, because that's basically Darth Vader as well. They're trying to go as far back as they can from what we've already seen, and then are they going to kind of rehash a plot point that we've already seen? I doubt it. It'll probably just be a piece of it. So it's really interesting. And at the end of this trailer, I don't know who that Sith was with the black mask, because again, I don't know many of these characters, but it looked badass. This looks really good. It looks a little bit darker than what Star Wars typically is. It looks a little bit darker than Andor. That wasn't really dark, but it wasn't, to me, like the PG-13 movies. It looks a little bit grittier than Obi-Wan and Ahsoka and all of those. So this is good. I say this with all of kind of like Disney's properties, Marvel, Star Wars, etc. I love comedy. I love fun. I love comic book movies, you know, like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hilarious. Quantumania. It was funny to me. It was silly, but we don't need all of the same thing. So if you're going to do some silly ones, then drop some R-rated Marvel movies. Drop some, I mean, it's not going to be rated R, but it looks like it's going to be a little bit darker than the typical Star Wars movie or show. Just mix it in a little bit, because sometimes when all we watch are similar tones, we kind of get tired of it. But if you mix something in like this, it's going to make you want to watch something that's hilarious. You know what I mean? Again, I don't know much about The Acolyte. I know almost nothing at all. So if you're watching this, let me know in the comments below if there's anything I need to know going in. Do I need to have watched like Clone Wars and Rebels, even though I know this takes place, I think, hundreds of years before that. So is there any kind of book or TV show or movie that would give me some backstory here? Or is this really and truly something on its own? So you let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious, Star Wars fans out there, what did you think of this trailer? Are you anticipating it? Is it a day one? Are you just gonna wait for a couple episodes to drop to binge a little bit more? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna be there day one, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, guys.